Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check.
Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Twin Peaks Season 2, Episode 5. It's such a Twin Peaks mood out there, you know, with the weather. Like, it's really grey, a little white, with wind, but not that much. And it's really the morning and you have the impression that it's the end of the day. We're into really almost the middle of July and it feels like it's November. Like, really the mood is weird. The mood is very windy, but in fact no. Rainy, but in fact no. Like, it feels like a Twin Peaks mood. Like, that's it. Now I'm associating that kind of weather with Twin Peaks. It's a good sign, you know, with me like getting involved so much with this show that I'm seeing stuff about it out there, you know, into the real world. That was fun, you know, like really when I sat on my couch, you know, and I was looking at stuff, I was like, oh, such a good mood, you know, to watch a new episode of Twin Peaks. That was cool, you know, to think about it. Little update before beginning this video. I think that I made it already during the previous video, but I prefer to make it, you know, 2 or 3 times for you guys to be sure that you know about it. Now, from now on my Patreon for Twin Peaks, for all of the next videos that I'm gonna make for Twin Peaks, you have 2 options on my Patreon. If you're subscribing to the level 5, you're gonna have a longer reaction part and sooner for sure and with full opacity for sure, but you're gonna have them with a longer reaction part. If you're subscribing to the level 3, now you're gonna have the full reaction part. I'm making full reaction part videos now for Twin Peaks. It's with the level 3. You can subscribe just for 1 month and you're gonna have all of the videos that I'm gonna post during the month and all of the videos that I posted before that. You can subscribe for the year and you're gonna have a 1 month offer. Think about it, you know, I'm at the beginning of this season 2 and then I will watch the season 3. So maybe in fact it's better to subscribe for the year if you can, you know, like really each time I'm saying it, do that only if you want for sure these advantages and if you can. Don't put yourself into any difficulty. And that's a way to support me and to have advantages in exchange. And if you just want to support me, right now I'm organizing a crowdfunding. You can find the link, you know, on the description. It's through my PayPal and I'm giving you updates about it, how it's going on. That crowdfunding is really exceptional in the sense that it's not something that I'm gonna do again and again. It's just that making these videos, it's not enough, clearly, to live, to just fill my fridge, it's not enough. So I need to begin a second activity into my professional life. I already began it, but I need time, you know, to find clients and also it's to help me during that transition, you know, for me to find clients. And also, if you want to support me, you have Patreon and you're gonna have things in exchange, you know, for that, advantages, longer or full videos in advance, or you have also the crowdfunding if you want nothing in exchange and just you want to support me. Little help, like big help, are welcomed, but just to say that even if you can support me, you know, just give me a little help, it's already cool, it's already great. And you know, like, if a lot of you are giving just a little, it's at the end a lot. Do you understand what I mean? So really, just think about it if you want, and if you can, again, don't put yourself into any difficulty for that. Please, I know that times are difficult, believe me, I know, so I don't want for you guys, you know, to put yourself into difficulties or anything like that. Okay, that being said, let's go for Twin Peaks. I'm still, you know, during the review of the previous episode, I talked about the fact that having short episodes like that, it's a little frustrating. At least for me, you know, who binge-watched the entire season 1 and then, you know, I didn't have any break and I'm really beginning the season 2 just after that, and now to have shorter episodes, like to have almost 20 minutes less, you know, for each episode, I'm feeling a little frustrated. And I still have that feeling, you know, now that I'm gonna watch one more episode, I still have that feeling a little because I know now that, okay, we're gonna progress a little with the big narrative arcs, but I know now that I'm not gonna see the secondary episode as much as I did before, you know. Like, I know that maybe during this episode we're gonna talk only about, I don't know, Norma and Hank, and we're not gonna see Nadine at all, we're not gonna see Ed, we're not gonna see other secondary characters. Like during the previous episode, we had all of that story with Lucy, with Andy, with all of that situation, and clearly all of the time that we took for them, it was the time allowed to secondary characters. So I have the impression that maybe they're gonna do that all along the season. Each episode, it's gonna be that amount of time for the secondary characters and just a few of them. And I'm a little sad about it because really what was the strength for me, in my opinion, you know, of the season 1, it was the fact that we were taking so much time with the secondary characters, with all of them, and really each episode we were seeing everyone and all of them, they were progressing, they were doing stuff and all, when now it's gonna take more time. Oh, yes, it's a little frustration that I'm keeping it. I'm gonna get used to it, you know, to that new rhythm, but still I'm feeling like that right now. Tell me if you felt it, you know, when you discovered that season 2, did you feel that? And what did you think of it, you know, like if it was something bothering you or not? Tell me, I want your opinion about that. I hope that during this episode we're finally gonna resolve the situation with Audrey. I totally misread it. I thought that as soon as they would discover that it's the boss' daughter, they would release her. In fact, no, they are using her for all of that kidnapping, blackmailing situation. They are drugging her. And during the previous episode, we didn't progress at all with that. Cooper didn't connect the dots and understood that she was surely at the prostitution house. We had, you know, the Renault brother saying to Benjamin, okay, you have to pay me. Cooper accepted to be the messenger, you know, between them. But yes, we didn't progress at all, and I hope that we're gonna have the solution of it during this episode because I'm beginning to be really worried for Audrey. The fact that she's taking so much drug and the impact that it's gonna have on her health, and you know, they are doing all of that to make her an addict. I hope that they're not gonna succeed. We have also that thing about the fact that someone was killed in front of her eyes, and for sure it disturbed her, and again the consequences that it's gonna have on her mental health and all. Like, I'm worried now, really worried for Audrey. I don't think that she's gonna die, but I think that something can go wrong. And we'll see also how it's gonna be that moment to have her back, to give the money. We know that, you know, surely they are planning to kill people right there because Audrey saw the faces of everyone, so it's gonna be hard. We'll see how it's gonna be. I'm worried about it. I want news about it. Oh, and I want to know more also about Josie. We discovered during the previous episode that she was truly on a mission, you know, in Twin Peaks, that she made all of that not for herself, like I thought, for her own interest. No, she was hired to do it. It was a mission really for her. She never planned to stay there. Like, it's really new stuff that we learned, and I want to discover more about it really. What is her mission, who is truly her boss, and for sure, like, if we can have the confirmation that Catherine is alive, I would be glad. I think that she's alive. I'm pretty sure of it. Like, I would be really shocked if she's not reappearing at any moment and if she would be truly dead. But for me, if Shelley is alive, Catherine is alive. They were escaping at the same time together, so I don't get it. And see, Shelley, we didn't have any news about her since a long time because of that thing with the secondary characters, the fact that we don't have time for them in each episode. I want news about her also. Okay, let's go. Again, remember that on my Patreon, if you want, you can have these videos sooner with a longer reaction part with the level 2 or with the full reaction part with the level 3, full opacity for sure, and it's the best way to support me, my Patreon, and to have something in exchange. And if you just want to support me, you have the link to my tip page, my PayPal, and right now I'm organizing really a crowdfunding around it, so if you want and if you can, it can be appreciated. Let's go for this episode! Yeah. Are you gonna see the later under the bed next to that? Open your eyes.
Today's tasks need focus. Objects clear.
Do it.
John was right. I did forget something. We've gone north. Jack may have the answer. Love, Audrey.
Jack! She told you where she went.
Excuse me, Sheriff. I just wanted to say goodbye because, as you know, I'm going down to Tacoma for 2 days to visit my sister Gwen and her husband.
Okay, but you're coming back.
But anyway, as soon as the can-do tent girl gets here, I'll explain her phones and the coffee.
Someone is gonna replace you.
It's okay.
The way.
You got it covered.
No, she should have been here by now. I can stay and at least show her.
Don't worry. Just go.
I'm gonna miss you, Lucy. I'm gonna miss her so much.
How's it fit, Lucy? Wonderful. What is the word, Audrey? We won't need it. We got to jump on it. I know what Audrey is.
We, the people of the state of Washington, move the defendant be denied bail. 1, the great seriousness of the crime for which he has been accused. 2, the apparently premeditated nature of this act. The oft-witnessed instability of Mr. Palmer during the period following the death of his daughter.
Everyone saw it.
Your Honor, Leland Palmer is a well-known, well-liked, well-respected member of this community.
He's
His
defending
roots go
you?
way back. Your Honor, no one can know what's like to lose a daughter the way Leland did.
A lot of weight, guys.
Andy?
I sell this to the Gazette. They seem to like courtroom sketches.
Not that bad!
Yeah, I want you to try for a little more face in there.
Yes, it would be better to have more of his face, but it's not that bad.
Defendant is released on his own recognizance. As you know, I will require you to remain in town and making your whereabouts known to the sheriff. Sid, check the calendar and we'll set a date for Mr. Palmer's trial as soon as possible.
So, what's behind those deep blue eyes today?
I've got a proposition for you. I'll share my life with you. I'll tell it to you. Part of your living novel.
Like Laura did.
If you let me read Laura's diary.
I'll read it to you.
I'm not sure that your life is as interesting as Laura's life.
You'll start?
Of course.
How many? I know it's her diary, but you have one notebook for each people who told you their secrets.
I'm from Twin Peaks. Actually, I was born here. My father delivered me. He's a doctor.
Dr. Wickenboss. Well, actually, I grew up in books.
How did you end up here?
There's things you can't get in books.
The things you can't get anywhere. But we dream they can be found in other people.
Maybe our dreams are real.
You're clearly flirting with him.
Maybe I'll read it out here. And alone.
I've only just started.
Why don't you listen? Listen to me.
Please.
You can't get out, you know it. Are you really playing or are you trying to steal that diary from him? You can be, it's not nice to play with his fears like that. He really acted like a vampire, you know. Son!
You can see from these EEGs. This chart here, which is actually in my own head, is intended to show normal brain activity. This chart here is of Mr. Johnson and shows minimal activity.
He never had a full functional brain, so...
He doesn't currently even have the perspicacity to take the standard CST competency tests. We therefore submit that trying this individual constitute a mockery of the justice system.
I know Leo Johnson isn't in very good shape, but the trial does more than just punish the wrongdoer. It also brings a feeling of justice, retribution to a...
And that's why you have trial also, even if the author, you know, the criminal died, just to recognize the crime for the victims.
I am going to need to deliberate. Oddly, really planted his feet and looked it in the eye. I didn't expect him to press on the murder charge. Leo Johnson, our man.
Officer, I don't believe he is.
No, but he committed a lot of bad stuff.
What's the temperature of the town?
They want the right man brought to justice.
Well, I don't need a circus. Thoughts, Cooper?
I feel the killer will eventually be apprehended.
You have to watch these. They sneak up on you.
It's what?
I'm going to declare Leo Johnson to be not competent to stand trial.
Until...
It's medically possible that he be shipped home. Harry, you want to tell the little lady yourself?
It's a good news for her, that's what she wanted. Just to have days.
Leo is coming home.
I'll advise you to keep your eye on the woods. The woods are wondrous here. But strange.
For her really to... That info for sure, it breaks her heart. She didn't want that, but... It's good for the money, you know. For their plan with Bobby.
Who am I?
You go to the high school.
Well, yeah.
You're still into that state?
Yeah, give me a second. You're not in any of my classes.
Why don't you sit down, honey? Let me get you a drink.
Are you gonna try to flirt with him?
Where, Mom and Dad?
Oh, out of town.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Have you thought about maybe taking her to see Dr. Jacoby?
Oh
He's in Hawaii recovering from that heart attack.
It just came right off.
no! Oh, it's cool! I'm glad to have news about Nadine, about Shelly also. More time for the secondary characters, that's what we want.
Do you have an appointment, Mr. Teshamber?
I represent Asian Investment Bank.
Ah, you're not the critic?
I have commitment letters from Tokyo banks. Prepare to move immediately.
Catherine? No? I'm not sure that it's a woman or a guy, and I'm really like,
Perhaps some of
can it be Catherine? Catherine?
Bye.
Million. Oh.
To have a revenge, you know, to plan a revenge like that? It could be something that she would do. What are you all doing?
Benjamin Mark, are you ready to play?
Audrey.
I'm going to talk to my daughter. That can wait for tonight. One time. Across the border is a barco de Colombia. Behind it is a very amusement park with a big place beside the horse with no end. At midnight. Alone. I'll be sending my representative.
The one that you chose. But Cooper, you know where she is now.
My daughter's life is in your hands. Stay by at home.
He prepared something. You also?
Follow me. Make sure the heat and the money are neatly delivered. Bring Audrey back. Cooper's not bringing her back?
They are planning to kill him.
Cooper isn't coming back.